Greetings, everyone. It is Linda Talaferro from the T, the Extra Effort, where I help professionals get their shoulder tapped for that next level opportunity. And it is Transformational Tuesday. So if you've been hanging with me for the past several weeks, you know I'm in this series that's entitled 8 Reasons Why You May Be Stuck and You're Not Getting to That Next Level. And today I'm going to be talking about the fifth reason. The fifth reason you may be stuck and not getting to that next level is you're lacking public speaking skills. Now, I know just when you hear public speaking, you freak out, and I completely get it because I used to do the same years ago. I mean, it didn't matter the size of the group or the audience that I was presenting in front of. Crazy butterflies, found myself saying, I mean, there were even times I got lost in the middle of the presentation. So I completely get the fright. But I will tell you, it is one of the most critical means of communication in the workplace. And when you think of public speaking, you might think of large crowds, but it's not necessarily just that. I mean, yes, you have to be good at presenting, being able to concisely articulate your ideas and be able to read the audience, absolutely. But having the ability to communicate clearly, concisely also matters in a small setting when you have to negotiate. Let's just say you're out there looking for a new opportunity right now and you need to negotiate the salary. You have to have great communication skills. You have to be able to think on your feet, be able to read the person that you're talking to, and be able to react. So that is part of public speaking skills. Or if your boss is approaching you out of the blue with a question, you have to be able to be prepared at all times. So don't think of public speaking just for presentations only. That's clearly important as a leader to be able to articulate your idea, to be able to read the audience, to keep them engaged with your team members, to be able to motivate and inspire. Critically important. But additionally, being a good speaker means that you're a good listener. And that, above all, lets everyone know that you are ready for that next level opportunity. If you can listen just as well as you can speak, you're not so quick to have a solution or an answer before the person even asks the question. You're not already, so quick with your how you're going to come across and how you're going to counteract or counterpoint whatever you think that person's about to say, and they haven't even said it. That's not good listening skills, and therefore it doesn't translate to good speaking skills. But the flip of that is extremely important. The fact that you really do listen to what the audience is asking you, what your boss might be saying, what another team member may be bringing to the table, what is happening in a meeting, so that you can respond on point clearly and move the needle. That is what will make the difference for you and get you unstuck. Communication, be it written or verbal, is critical on this corporate journey. I don't know if I could articulate it any better this just than to say it's critical. I mean, there's nothing like sitting in a room and hearing someone present, and you're sitting there like, okay, yes, they know what they're talking about. Yes, they prepared because they anticipated questions. And when the questions came, they had the answers. Or if the questions came and they didn't have the answers, they noted it, made the point and said, I don't have that answer, but I will get back to you within a measured period of time. And I'm sure you've already guessed it. This is rooted in what? Confidence. It's rooted in confidence, rooted in knowing that you know the value you bring, the worth you have, the fact that you are good at what you do, you know your stuff. Now you have to show it. And this is one important, mandatory, I mean, it's a necessity to have communication skills. So if you're struggling at all with this, I will tell you what I did, because this was definitely something, as I said early on, I mean, massive fear, did not want to be in front of people at all. And there were times, even small group settings, I really didn't care for. But you know what I did? I kept putting myself out there. I kept raising my hand. And it got to a point where I would have somebody in the room, in the audience, that I'd trusted, had a relationship with. And I said, hey, I'm presenting. Can you do me a favor and let me know, give me some feedback, right? You hear me talk about feedback and how valuable it is. Give me some feedback on what I could have done differently. Did I get my point across? Was it clear to you, or were you confused? Here's another point. Did it take me forever to get to the point? Which does not bode well in the workplace environment. You know, the pace is fast, right? And people need to know what you're trying to say quicker than you probably want to say it, to be frank, because we do keep the ball rolling. So that's how I got on the other side of my public speaking fear, which I think fear is healthy, but it is false evidence appearing real. So if there's everything false about what I thought about speaking in front of people or presenting my ideas to a group, be them big or small, but I leveraged my relationships, my network, to help me overcome them. And I continued to put myself in the seat, in the circle, in the position to have to present. And you can do that in numerous ways. You can lead teams. You gotta report out when you're leading an initiative. You could be responsible for a particular performance target. You've got to report out. It could be just as simple as updating your boss in your performance goals when it's performance review time, and you being very clear and having all your data and being prepared for that discussion. Or you're going in and you're asking for a raise. I remember when I did that, I went in and I asked for a promotion about 1.5 years ago, a salary grade change. And I went into that discussion one-on-one, very clear, very specific about what I was asking for, very precise, and had done my due diligence, had done my work, had spoken to several people throughout the organization. And I had all my data to prove that I was deserving of that promotion. And I got it. Same when I asked for training, $12,000 course, not a cheap course, right? But I had a process. I had a game plan. I was able to articulate the benefit, not just to me, but also to the company, also to the business. Prepared and being able to concisely, clearly articulate it. That's what communication is all about. Be it public speaking that we hear, we think of large crowds. And as I said, be them large crowds, small one-on-ones. Being able to do that very effectively and cleanly is so massively important. And first, you have to boost your self-confidence, know that you're worthy, know that you bring value, do your due diligence, your preparation, and then put yourself out there each and every time. Practice does make perfect. I know that's an old thing we tell our kids, we were told as kids. That is so true. It is very, very true in this case. This is a skill that if you don't have, you can definitely gain. You can garner this skill, but you've got to put yourself out there for it. Understand the importance of it, and then go after it. So next Tuesday here in the US is election time. So our election day, I'm sure around the world you've seen this on the news. So I will not be coming to you with another Transformational Tuesday on November 3rd, but we will pick up on November 10th with the sixth reason why you may be stuck. And that reason is you can't manage conflict. So we're going to dive into that on November 10th. But in the meantime, for those of you that are watching this on replay on Facebook, if you're catching the video on IG, if you're listening to it on my podcast, love to have you join my private Facebook group. Transform Your Career with Linda. It's on Facebook. I put the link here in the comments that you can see in YouTube and other places. Love to have you join there, where I share more tips. There's actually certain things that are going to happen in that private Facebook group that doesn't happen in any of my other social media channels. So I'd love to have you there. So that's the number 5 for today. Public speaking, sharpen your communication skills so you can show up in excellence, show up strong as the leader that you are. Take care.